Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sandra Aprilia Wijaya. I'm from PBI 1, 2018. Today in this video, I want to answer the question of TEFL methodology. Okay, the first question is please mention and explain briefly the components of communication process. There are 6 components of communication process. Number one, context. Every communication process with context. This context may be physical, social, chronological, or culture. The sender chooses the message to communicate within a context. Number two, sender or encoder. The sender or encoder is a person who sends the message. A sender makes use of symbol, words or graphic or visual aids to convey. A sender may be an individual or a group or an organization. Number three, message. Message is key of the idea the sender wants to communicate. Communication process begin with deciding about the message convey. Number four, medium. Medium is used to exchange or transmit the message. The sender must choose an appropriate medium for transmitting the message, else the message may not be conveyed to the desired recipients. And the choice of appropriate medium of communication is essential for making the message effective and correctly interpreted by the recipient. Number five, recipient or decoder. Recipient or decoder is a person for whom the message is intended or aimed or targeted. The degree which message the decoder can understand is dependent upon various factors such as knowledge of recipient, their responsiveness to the message, and the reliance of encoder on decoder. And the last is feedback. Feedback is the main component of communication process as it permits the sender to analyze the efficacy of the message. It helps the sender in confirming the correct interpretation of message by the decoder. Okay, the second question is why do humans need a language? The answer is language is needed by humans because it's a tool or symbol that is used to communicate intelligently with each other, so that what you want to communicate understood easy can be understood easily. Okay, the third question is please give your opinion about the period, Dutch period, Japanese period, and independent period of English teaching in Indonesia. Which one do you think the best English teaching period? The answer is teaching English in Dutch period was used a compulsory subject which was supported by a large number of textbooks and supplementary readings. This increased their English skills so they could speak, read, writing, and in good English. In the Japanese period, English and Dutch were totally banned in Indonesia and replaced with Japanese because it was designed to be a second language. This was a blessing for Indonesia because it could become the main language and the education system using the system radically. And teaching English at the beginning of the independence period was the most difficult period because after the departure Japan's and Dutch books were banned, English textbooks and dictionaries became so short that many students didn't understand the material being taught. The system used is using the grammar translation method. Most English classes is grammar classes. Reading is not to emphasize, and the teachers hardly pay attention to speaking and writing because they themselves are not proficient in this skill. For my opinion, the Dutch period is the best English teaching period ever in Indonesia because graduates can certainly speak, read, and also write English only 3 years at school. Beside that, because of good teaching system is supported by the number of books they can read as a source of information, and at the end of 3 years written and oral examination are held so that they can measure their English language skill. Number 4, in your opinion, what is the status of English compared to Indonesian nowadays? Uh, for my opinion, the status of English compared to Indonesian nowadays is that English cannot be said as an official language or second language because even though English has become one of the subject in school and is also an international language, but because in Indonesia the situation is multilingual with many speaking one or more local language, so it doesn't promote the use of English for communication for the majority of people in Indonesia. Okay, the last question is, please explain briefly about the function of English in Indonesia. English uh, English serve English serve in Indonesian nowadays of fields such as politics, diplomacy, international trade and industry, commerce, science and technology, education, the media, information technology, and also popular culture. Okay, I think that's all for my answering of the question. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.